Hi everyone, how are you? Happy Friday to you. Hope everybody is well. We're going to go to pattern focus and we're going to scroll down to this one, which is going to be Flourit, Flourit, number 6. And the challenge is to change the U shape to a W shape. So let's see what that means. Nobody else has done this pattern on a video, at least not that's attached to this website yet. A lot of the videos and website links are way behind, and they're going to be for quite some time. Ina is still not at her best, and she's the one who has to do that. So grab a bit of water. Okay, so looks like the first thing we do is this big U shape with swirls at the end. So they want us to challenge us to do this as a W. So I'm going to probably have to do that with my pencil maybe. And then the next thing we do here is a feathering technique from the outside here toward the inside, like that. And then like that. And then a little bit on the top there. And then we can do another little bit in the middle here and put some like seed pods and color it in. So we're aiming for something like that. But we're going to challenge ourselves to do it with a W. So we'll just have to see how it turns out. Alrighty, that's good to have. Let's turn on the light. Figure out what size paper we want to challenge ourselves with today. Do we want to do a long one? We want to do I'm going to save the browns. I think I'm going to do most of October in the oranges and the browns. So let's do, I haven't done this color in a really long time. Let's do a green one. All right. And let's think about it with pencil first. Is this a square page? Wrong side. 5.5 by 5.5. Yes, it's square, and I think I have 2 of them sitting here. I do. Only need 1. Okay, let's give ourselves a middle spot. And since this is a square page and not rectangle like the last time I did a middle spot, it will actually make right angles here instead of not right angles. Let's do a circle in the middle. I do like the circles that they've done here in the middle for the sample, so I'm going to just do something similar. Let's adjust my little pencil here. Okay. And something about that size would probably be good. And then let's do up here. Something like that. I'm going to do that. Why? I don't rightly know. But that's what I feel like I want to do. For some reason. like that. Okay. So I've made myself a circle in the middle and these. So is this what I want to do as my W? Perhaps. Something like that. Okay, so now I've made these W's. Now I can come up with them and make a swirl. Like that. Okay, that will be good. What am I going to do with this bit? I don't know yet. We'll think about it. Let's start with the pen. And let's just make a nice smooth W shape. Just like that. Okay, perfect. Nice little curve. I am going to draw this circle. And I think I'm going to draw some smaller W's right in here. Let me do something like that. Something like that. Kind of connect those together. All right, now next step. We're going to go in here. I think I'm going to erase. What the heck is going on here? I'm going to erase all of this business. I've got my main structure in. I was looking at the analytics of my last video, and 100% of my last video, my audience members were over the age of 65 and female. I guess that's my demographic. I'm good with that. And you guys are all from the United States or Taiwan. Who knew that I would be so popular in Taiwan? But apparently, I am. So for those of you living in Taiwan, welcome. Something like that. What do you guys think? I think something like that. That's good. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, and 1, 2, and then add this, and then do a third one. Like that. Okay. So I haven't told you guys anything about my vacation yet. We had a great time. Went to my nephew's wedding. It was hot and steamy. I definitely do not want to live in a humid climate. No, 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 no. I was very, very uncomfortable. But other than the weather, we had a great time. Rented this really cool farmhouse near Tampa. If anybody needs a Airbnb, VRBO, it's not Airbnb, but it was VRBO, place to rent in the Tampa area. It was about, I don't know, about 20 minutes east. I'm trying to think of my map. About 20 minutes east of Tampa. I don't remember the name. It's not in Dover, but it's near Dover. Name escapes me. But anyways, if you need a suggestion of a really nice rental place, that was it. Really, really nice. Very cool. Trying to figure out. What do I want to do down here? Because I think I want to put the pearl-like things up here, which is different than the sample, but I think that's what I want to do. And anyway, it was a working farm. Excuse me. It was a working farm. It had orange grove, so we were right on the edge of an orange grove. It was next to a train track, so if you, wow, I'm feeling very, pardon me, let me take another drink. Oh, excuse me, thank you. If being near a train track would bother you, it wasn't a super busy track. But you definitely heard it because you were literally right on the train track. Matter of fact, you were between two train tracks. But if that didn't bother you, excuse me, sorry about that. I'm just all congested today. If that didn't bother you, then it was a pretty cool place to stay. I'm going to go this way, I think. I feel like that needs to go somehow. This needs something. Just do that. What is that? I don't have any idea. Well, it looks good. We had 12 people staying there. There was plenty of room for everybody. Had 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 bedroom downstairs, and then 2 pull-out sofas. So there was lots of room. Had a garage that was air conditioned and had a pool table and ping pong and foosball. Lots of things to do. Great big bookshelf in the main seating area, the living space, that had games galore and books and big TV. We didn't even turn on the TV, but it did. Had all those things. It's very cool. Let's do that. So we went to the wedding. Travel day was tough. I will totally admit travel day was tough. my husband and I we are not super big fans of traveling via air. Not our preferred mode of travel. I would much rather, if I had the extra time, would have just driven. But we didn't. So we took the red eye, and I had to work that morning, so I got up early, like at 5 o'clock in the morning, got ready for work, went to work, came home, had something to eat, went to the, could sleep on the plane, so there was that. And yeah, arrived in the wee hours of the morning in Florida. And of course, then it was daytime in Florida, even though my body said it was still middle of the night. And we just continued on with our day in Florida. So really, basically, I was up from 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. on Tuesday until bedtime on Wednesday. It was a long freaking day. I was exhausted. And then the wedding was Thursday, and then Friday we had a went on a dinner cruise out in the bay was out of Clearwater, Florida. That was fun. We enjoyed ourselves. It was a sunset dinner cruise. Had a meal, had some drinks. Was nice. Had a moment to remember my brother-in-law, because it was his birthday and he's the one who's passed, so we had a moment. There were lots of moments. We had lots of moments of crying because we really missed him. He was so looking forward to this particular vacation. He'd planned the house where we stayed in. Yeah. It was tough. Not gonna lie. It was tough. But we were with family and we were enjoying each other's company, and we were there to support each other when times got tough. There were some emotional bits. The wedding was not easy for that same exact reason, you know. Especially during the reception when, you know, the DJs tend to honor those who've been married a long time. And my sister-in-law couldn't get up with that honor. Because her husband was no longer with us, and that was hard. But at the same time, my husband and his two sisters, my husband and I and his two sisters and their spouses were the last three standing of the longest married people. So that bodes well for our family, doesn't it? Lots of longest marrieds. We're all over that 30-year mark. Actually, I think we're all over the 35-year mark. because we're the youngest of the three. Of the three remaining siblings. And we're over 35, so yeah. Oh, I'm just enjoying myself here. I'm just not thinking very hard. I feel like I want to make this a little bit bigger, but I want black, but I don't want, I want to be more careful about it. So I'm going to stick this back in the middle. I think that was the hole right there. I'm going to make this, wrong direction. I'm going to make this right here. I think. Okay. Perfect. And then, of course, there were the little kids and the babies, and so much fun. And then after the wedding and after the the evening dinner cruise, we had one day where we just hung out as family. That was fun. Played a lot of board games, card games, and just hung out. Had dinner, had lunch, had dinner, had snacks, had drinks. Just hung out together. And then the next day we got up and went to Universal Studios. And then the following day we got up and went to Kennedy Space Center. And yes, we drove all the way across Florida twice for those two things. Could we have stayed in Orlando instead and been a lot closer to those events? Yes, I guess we could have. But as you guys know, our original plan was to go to the wedding and then go down a cruise ship, and that went by the wayside. And because of that, we were staying in the wrong place. But that's okay. We just put lots of miles on the rental car and had fun driving across Florida. It was all right. We saw Florida Man. You know, there's always that joke. Florida Man does this, that, or the other in the news, right? They always just call him Florida Man. We saw a Florida Man. He was driving a golf cart on the freeway. Yep, a golf cart on the shoulder of the freeway. Everybody's passing him at 65, 70 miles per hour, and he's putzing along at, I don't know, how fast do golf carts go? 15, 20? Top speed? Of course, he wasn't alone. He had a girlfriend or a lady friend with him, and they did not look like they were worse for wear. I mean, they looked like they had perhaps been having some adult beverages or similar substance. They were having a great old time. But anyway, people in Florida drive crazy. We're not used to, oh, I must say, California drivers drive pretty crazy. But I think you just notice, you think other places they drive crazier than your place because you just notice it more because you're in an unfamiliar environment, and so you're paying way more attention to your surroundings than you do at home. At home, you just start to get used to it, and you know, oh, well, this is the intersection I have to pay attention to because this is where people are crazy, right? And then there are other places where it's like, oh, everybody's fine at this one. They all know what they're doing. So I think that's part of it. You really notice other drivers when you are in an unfamiliar environment. And I'm just glad I didn't have to drive. That's all I have to say. My husband and my son took turns. My husband prefers not to drive after dark anymore. So, I mean, he can, but he prefers not to. So my husband drove during the day and my son drove during the nights. And that worked out just fine. We had so many of us, we had to rent. We actually, between all of the whole family, we had to rent 3 minivans. That was not a cheap endeavor. But I must say, with all the horror stories that I've heard about people with travel, and that they get places and there's no rental car for them, and that they, that their flights are canceled and all of that stuff, my prayers were answered, and that we had none of those issues. Our flights were on time. We got where we needed to go. The air transfers went well. We went to where we had our layover. I mean, things just went like they should, just with perfect timing. And I was just so grateful for that. Alrighty. I like that. Oh yeah, that needed. Look at how it looks when you have the really big contrast. Really like that. Okay. So what was the name of this? I want to write that down first before I get any further. This one was called Flourit. Flourit. Give a signature in here. Flourit. Okay, let's do a little shading. Go here. Those are where I always shade when I have feathering. Always do right in the tops like that. Just like that, something simple. A little bit of spots there. Oh, I thought this was a softer pencil. That's why it's not doing what I expected. thought I'd grabbed my softer pencil. This is a 2B. It's not as soft a pencil. 2B is fine. It's just not what I thought I had grabbed. I thought I'd grabbed a little bit more smudgy one. Okay, and then one like that, and like that, and like this, and a little bit of something. That one. Okay, a little blending. So anyway, we got home safe and sound, and then some of our peeps in our family came down with COVID. Surprise, surprise, we traveled and got COVID. And yes, everybody was vaccinated. I have no idea if we all were exposed to the Delta variant and that's what happened, or what. I went and got tested. I did have some cold-like symptoms. I went and got tested. My husband went and got tested. We were both negative. But of our, what were we, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Out of the 25 or so family members that were all together for the week, I think 7 ended up with COVID. But since everybody was vaccinated, they had a mild case. Not near as bad as those of us who got sick back in. Back last year in 2020. Not even close. So that just shows how, even though you're doing your best to be careful, you know, you can't completely protect yourself. You just have to do your best. But for sure, the vaccine did help everybody to not get near as sick. Okay, so there's that. Let's do a little white highlights. Just like that. I think that helps. I'm not pushing very hard, so I'm not getting like a super bright highlight. If I decide I want that, I think I'll use my gel pen. Let's see, anything else to blabber on about? I don't know. If you guys have stuck with me for this video, I want to appreciate you. Even though my videos are long, 30 minutes or more, most people stay about 10 minutes, which is fine. That's my average. I'm sure there are a lot of you who watch and fast forward to get to the end to see what I've done. And that's cool too. Alrighty. What do you think? I think I like it. All right, thanks for the challenge of adding a W to the thing. I think that gave it a even more of a swirl. But yeah, I'm good. I think we're done. You guys have a great day. Go out and do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place. I will see you on the next video. And yeah, y'all be blessed. See you later. Bye-bye.